Okay, good morning 5EZ. So, let's begin our first home learning video, and we're going to be doing our reading session and we're going to do our Monday book talk session. Okay, so for this you will need your book talk resources here. So you've got a picture of the front cover that we're going to be looking at today, and then the first two paragraphs of the book Explorer. You also have this text here, The Eco of the Rainforest, which you do need, but not until we do our Vipers, so just ignore that one today. Okay, so you could just have it on your screen, or if you've got a printer, you could print it out, so you could make notes around it. Okay, so let's have a look. So today we're going to be, it says read the picture. So we're going to be looking at the front cover, what can we learn, and then looking at the next two paragraphs. So you're probably all sat at home going, we've been reading this book, I know this book. Okay, so lots of us know the first bit and what's happened. So just imagine that we haven't read the book and you're seeing the front cover for the first time. Okay, and we're going to be investigating it. We're going to be searching what clues can we find about the text from the front cover. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I would like you to have a look at the front cover and tell me what you can see. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to do this. So pause the video and then we'll have a look together. Okay, so hopefully you have had a chance to have a good look at the front cover. So I'm going to go through things that I found and that I would write and annotate. So the first thing that I notice is the title, The Explorer. Okay, and if I have a look here, I'm looking at the root word, and I know the root word for explorer is explore, and explore means to travel through an unfamiliar area. Okay, so I'd be thinking, well, who is exploring? Why are they exploring? Okay, so they're coming to an unknown area. Why? I then noticed this big bit of blue here, and now it wasn't until I took a closer look that I realised that it was a river and a big piece of water in between two bits of land. And I'm going to be asking, is that the Amazon River? Okay, because I'm using clues, but it's got bits of forest or rainforest around it. And I know from my background knowledge that there is a river in the Amazon. Okay, the next thing I notice is the dense rainforest, and I can tell it's the rainforest from the colour and from the fact that there's lots of different leaves and plants within there. And the bottom of the picture, if we have a closer look, we've got some tropical birds, and we wouldn't find these in England, would we really? These are parrots, so again it's giving me, more justification that this could be the Amazon rainforest. So I'm asking that question again. And the final thing that I see that I nearly missed actually is this plain here. So I'm going to ask the question, is this how the explorer arrived at the rainforest? And it's not a very big plane, and it looks kind of like an old-fashioned plane potentially. So maybe this book is set maybe quite a few years ago. Okay, so if you would like, you can pause the video and make notes around your picture. Okay, fab, well done Year 5. Now let's read the first piece of text. So this is going to be our book talk. Now, super challenged children, you can pause it, you can read it yourself independently, you can start annotating it independently if you would like as well. Okay, so I'll give you about 30 seconds, pause the video, have a read for yourself. Okay, fab. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can, watch the video again. You can take it back to the bit that you're at, or you can pause it. You're in charge of your learning and your screen, aren't you? So I'm going to read it for you. Like a man-made magic wish, the aeroplane began to rise. The boy sitting in the cockpit gripped his seat and held his breath as the plane climbed into the arms of the sky. Fred's jaw was set with concentration and his fingers twitched, following the movement of the pilot beside him, joystick throttle. Okay, so we're going to break this text down and we're going to look for clues. Remember, when we use our book talk, we are trying to use our background knowledge. So is there words that we already know of that are going to help us learn more from the text? So maybe you've heard of the word cockpit here. Okay, maybe you've heard of throttle joystick, for example. We're also going to be visualising, so we can draw pictures around the text that are going to help create the picture of what's happening in our mind. And then also that harder skill, which is inference. Can we figure out from the clues in the text how the character might be feeling or their thoughts? So I'm going to do this one with you like we normally do in class, and the second paragraph you can do independently. So let's have a look at what I put. So like a man-made magic wish, well, it just basically means it's a wish of mankind to be able to fly. Okay, that's a really, simple one. Okay, the aeroplane began to rise. Well, I'm going to be thinking, click the wrong one there. Where are they going? Okay, it began to rise. Where have they set off from? Where's their destination? Who is in the plane? Okay, the next one, I've already spoiled it for you there. The boy sitting in the cockpit. Well, it says the word boy. Well, I know that's not an adult, so that means that there's a child or children on the plane. Okay, are they with any other adults except from the pilot? A lot of questions that I'm wanting to find out here. The boy sitting in the cockpit gripped his seat. Well, from my background knowledge, I know that the cockpit is the front of the plane where the pilot sits and controls it. So obviously I couldn't draw on my screen, but you could visualise it there if you wanted to. Okay. Then it says he gripped his seat and held his breath as the plane climbed into the arms of the sky. Now this is going to be my super challenge question. He's gripping his seat and he's holding his breath. I'd like you to pause the video and just have a think. How might he be feeling? What can you infer there about his feelings? Okay, so hopefully you're sat at home or thinking, well, if he's gripping his seat and he's holding his breath, I think he might be feeling anxious or worried or scared or nervous. However, we don't know why he's feeling that way. We could assume maybe he might be scared of heights, he's scared of being in a plane, maybe he's worried about where he's going. Okay, we're not 100% sure why he's feeling that way. So, the final sentence that we're going to have a look at, Fred's jaw was set with concentration. So I'm not sure if Fred is the boy they're talking about or if Fred is a different person there. And his fingers twitched following the movements of the pilot beside him, joystick, throttle. And I'm assuming that's a child because maybe a child wants to be a pilot. And again, I've learnt the fact that he's sat next to the pilot means that it must be a small, compact plane, so it's not a very big plane. Okay? So remember, if you want to, pause the video and make notes around yours. Okay, right, so for the exciting bit now, this is your paragraph, okay? I'm going to read it aloud and then I would like you to go away and make notes yourself, okay? Using the sentence starters, I wonder, I know, I think, maybe you could ask questions, draw pictures, okay? You're just digging deep and investigating this piece of text. So, the aeroplane vibrated as it flew faster into the setting sun. Setting sun, what time of day might that be then? Following the swerve of the Amazon River below them. So we were right, it was the Amazon rainforest. So do you have any background knowledge about the Amazon River or rainforest? Fred could see the reflection of the six-seater plane, okay, and a spot of black on the vast sweep of blue as it sped toward, and I've not seen this word before, I'm going to guess Manaus, not quite sure how to say that word. Okay, the city water. So maybe it's a place. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'd ask some questions there, or maybe I might even have a Google to see if I can figure out what that word means. He brushed his hair out of his eyes and pressed his forehead against the window. Does this mean he's been there before, or maybe he's going back home? I'm not sure. Okay, so that is your text. So yeah, I'd like you to annotate it. If you can't print that out, just make bullet points, and then you can either tweet it to Year 5 or you can email me it. Okay, so I look forward to seeing your work.